There are ancient secrets that are difficult to uncover. However, it's natural to feel shocked or surprised when we come across these hidden truths, often dismissed as myths or conspiracy theories. In recent years, scientists have made a remarkable discovery that is now shaking the world of archaeology and ancient history. Deep within ancient Mesopotamia, a team of researchers uncovered a tomb that had long been hidden beneath the layers of earth. But this wasn't just any tomb. What they found inside is believed to be the body of Gilgamesh, the last king connected to the Anunnaki, a group of deities from ancient Sumerian mythology. But do you think this is all they discovered in this tomb? The Anunnaki are legendary figures, gods that were once worshipped in ancient Mesopotamia. But these gods aren't just part of myth. They've gained new relevance thanks to the rise of the ancient astronaut theory. This theory suggests that the Anunnaki were not simply gods, but extraterrestrial beings who visited Earth thousands of years ago. While many believe these beings interacted with humanity, imparting wisdom and knowledge to early civilizations, and some even claim they played a role in creating mankind. Whether or not this is true has been the subject of much debate, but the recent discovery of this tomb has added a new layer to the mystery. At the center of this discovery is the figure of Gilgamesh, a real historical king who ruled the city of Uruk around 2800 BCE. Gilgamesh was more than just a king, he became a legend. His life was immortalized in one of the earliest known works of literature, the Epic of Gilgamesh, a story that tells of his adventures, his strength, and most importantly, his quest for immortality. The epic described Gilgamesh as being 2/3 divine and 1/3 human, a direct descendant of the gods. His mother, Ninsun, was a goddess tied to the Anunnaki, and this divine bloodline is central to his story. But it wasn't Gilgamesh's rule over Uruk or his divine origins that made him famous. It was his relentless search for eternal life. According to the Epic of Gilgamesh, after the death of his closest friend, Enkidu, Gilgamesh became consumed with the fear of his own mortality. But Gilgamesh and Enkidu didn't become friends easily. Enkidu was a wild man created by the goddess Aruru to balance the oppressive reign of King Gilgamesh of Uruk. Sent by the gods to challenge Gilgamesh, Enkidu was as strong as Gilgamesh. The two engaged in a fierce battle, but Gilgamesh emerged victorious. Impressed by Enkidu's strength and courage, Gilgamesh befriended him, and Enkidu became his companion and confidant. Gilgamesh embarked on a dangerous journey due to the fear of his friend's demise, seeking out the secret to immortality. He sought out Utnapishtim, the Mesopotamian version of Noah, who had been granted eternal life after surviving a great flood sent by the gods. Gilgamesh's journey ultimately ended in failure. He learned that eternal life was beyond his reach. Despite his efforts, he returned to Uruk with the realization that even the greatest kings must accept death. Now, fast forward to today. The tomb recently unearthed in the deserts of Iraq is believed by many to be the final resting place of Gilgamesh. Archaeologists working on the site were initially shocked by the size of the tomb, which is far larger and more elaborate than anything they had expected. The walls of the tomb are inscribed with ancient Sumerian texts, many of which mirror the descriptions from the Epic of Gilgamesh. These texts speak of a king who was part human, part god, a ruler who sought eternal life but found that even kings must die. Yet, it isn't just the inscriptions that are drawing attention. What truly shocked the researchers was the body itself. Despite being over 4,000 years old, the body found inside the tomb was in a state of preservation that defied explanation. While bodies from ancient times are usually found in various states of decay, this one was astonishingly well preserved, almost as if time itself had stopped. The skin, the hair, even the clothing on the body had been kept in such condition that it raised immediate questions. Could this be possible? Of course, there are theories attached to this discovery. Some scientists believe the environment of the tomb may have played a role, but others aren't so sure. Given Gilgamesh's divine connection and his quest for immortality, some have begun to speculate whether there was something more at play, possibly a connection to the knowledge and technology of the Anunnaki. Could they have known secrets about preservation or perhaps even longevity that we have yet to uncover? Adding to the mystery are the objects that were found alongside the body. Among the usual artifacts of royal life, gold, jewelry, weapons, were objects that archaeologists couldn't quite place. Some of these items appeared to be made of materials that didn't belong to the era in which Gilgamesh lived. Others bore strange symbols and shapes that seemed almost futuristic, leading some researchers to speculate whether these objects could be evidence of advanced knowledge or technology passed down from the Anunnaki. However, the most unsettling part of the discovery is the fear that it has instilled in the scientific community. Ancient myths often come with warnings, and the Anunnaki are no different. Sumerian texts speak of the Anunnaki as gods who could be both benevolent and wrathful. There are stories of them punishing those who dared to meddle with divine power, especially when it came to life and death. Some ancient writings even suggest that certain rulers, especially those with divine ancestry, had curses placed on their tombs to ensure that they were not disturbed. And this isn't just limited to the Anunnaki. Many ancient cultures, from Egypt to Mesopotamia, believed that the tombs of kings and gods were sacred, and disturbing them could bring about disaster. In the case of Gilgamesh's tomb, there have already been reports of strange occurrences. Several members of the archaeological team have reportedly fallen ill after working on the site. Others have reported strange sounds and sensations while inside the tomb, feelings of unease, as if they were being watched. Whether these incidents are purely coincidental or a result of the curse of the tomb, no one can say for sure. But these unsettling events have cast a shadow over the discovery. Then, there's also the question of the artifacts themselves. Some researchers claim that a few of the objects found inside the tomb exhibit properties that modern science cannot yet explain. One particular object, a strange metallic piece, seems to defy the technology of the time. Its material composition is unlike anything we've seen from the ancient world, leading some to wonder whether it could be of extraterrestrial origin. This is where the ancient astronaut theory comes into play. Proponents of this theory argue that the Anunnaki were not just gods, but visitors from another world who interacted with humans in ancient times. According to this theory, the advanced knowledge they passed down is the reason we see such rapid technology and architectural advances in early human civilizations. The presence of these strange objects in Gilgamesh's tomb has reignited the debate. Could these artifacts be remnants of extraterrestrial technology? As scientists continue to study the tomb and its contents, many are urging caution. While this discovery has the potential to rewrite our understanding of ancient history, it also raises ethical and philosophical questions. Are we prepared for what we might uncover? And what if the ancient warnings are true? What if disturbing the tomb of a king who was so closely tied to the divine could have unforeseen consequences? As you ponder on these questions, I want you to know that this video is incomplete without telling you that various themes, plot elements, and characters in the Hebrew Bible have been suggested to correlate with the Epic of Gilgamesh. One of them is the Garden of Eden. The stories of Enkidu Shamhat in the Epic of Gilgamesh and Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden are parallel to each other. In both, a god creates a man from soil who lives in nature until a woman tempts him, causing a transformation. The man eats food offered by the woman, covers his nakedness, and leaves his home, never to return. Both stories include a serpent, with the snake in Gilgamesh stealing a plant of immortality. However, unlike Adam, who faces punishment for disobedience, Enkidu initially regrets his seduction, but later recants and blesses Shamhat before dying. Another correlation is the Genesis flood narrative. Andrew George, a British Assyriologist, argues that the Genesis flood story aligns so closely with the flood narrative in Gilgamesh that it's widely accepted to have originated from a Mesopotamian source. The Genesis account mirrors Gilgamesh's flood tale point by point and in the same order, even when alternatives are possible. Rabbinic scholar Robert Wexler supports the idea that both stories likely stem from a shared flood tradition in Mesopotamia, which later diverged. Ziusudra, Utnapishtim, and Noah serve as the respective heroes in the Sumerian, Akkadian, and biblical flood legends of the ancient Near East. Oh, and let's not forget to tell you that it also shares some correlation with the legend of Alexander the Great. In the Alexander romance and later legends, Alexander the Great embarks on a quest to find the fountain of life and achieves immortality. This quest draws inspiration from Gilgamesh's search for eternal youth. However, there are two key differences. Gilgamesh seeks a plant of youth, while Alexander pursues the water of life. Additionally, the snake shedding its skin in Gilgamesh's legend is replaced by a fish coming back to life when washed in the fountain in Alexander's story. These changes reflect the influence of Christianization in adapting the Gilgamesh legends. Whether these influences are true or not, what is true is that the story of Gilgamesh has always been about the limits of human power and the futility of trying to control the forces of life and death. His quest for immortality ended in failure, teaching him, and by all extension, all of us, that some things are beyond our reach. But now, thousands of years later, humanity is once again faced with the possibility of uncovering knowledge that we may not be ready for. For now, the researchers are moving forward carefully, fully aware of the weight of their findings. They know that what lies within this tomb could hold the key to understanding not just the past, but the very origins of human civilization. But with that knowledge comes fear. Fear of what they might find. Fear of what they might disturb. And fear of what ancient powers might still lie dormant beneath the sands of Mesopotamia. Do you think that there is something supernatural about the discovery of this tomb? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share it with friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.